Kick-off about to arrive at the Shea this afternoon. I think Halifax would be normally worried about the away game at Swinton, but I think with the recent change of fortune for Swinton with a win and a draw and a loss in the last 3 games, and to worry about Swinton at home, Halifax are a busted team this week. They're placed carrying injuries. Simon Griggs had the luxury of picking from a 21-man squad. He's narrowed that down to 17. With Scott Griggs at fullback, Ben Tibbs, Greg Worthington, Zach McComb and James Saltonstall the 3 quarters. Liam Harris on a return after some weeks out with a broken foot for Connor Robinson. Partnering Liam Harris, Dan Murray, Brandon Moore, Will Colcott, the run on front row, Matt Garside, Ben Kavanagh and Jacob Fairbank are the final 3 of the Halifax run on 13. Curtis Davis, Adam Tangata, Ed Barber and James Woodburn all being dropped to the bench. And Swinton, who under Alan Coleman, who this week's been named the permanent coach until the end of next season. It was nice to see that English coaches are being promoted. Stuart Littler, whose reign ended 4 weeks ago. And the week after, Dewsbury won the first game, albeit in the dying throes of a match at Dewsbury. But last week, Bradford Bulls 30, Swinton 26, so they've proven what they're capable of, and he's swapped his line-up around a bit this week with Alan Coleman. Jack Hansen, normally scrum half, is preferred at fullback. Geronimo Doyle, Mike Butt, Reece Hamlet on loan from Bradford, and Lewis Roberts in the 3 quarters. The old stager Martin Ridyard, partners Kobe Green in the halfbacks, Will Hope, Luke Waterworth and Lewis Hatton for the run on front row. Mitchell Cox, Rodri Lloyd and Lewis Brogan make up the forward pack for the Swinton side. Billy Brickhill, Paul Nash, Patrick Jones and Lewis Brogan on the bench for a yellow kit you could probably see in darkness for the Swinton Lions, because their traditional colours blue and white, but would have been a clash today, and so they wear the yellow and red. As Harris gets the kick away on the last tackle. Geronimo Doyle, the New Zealander, bringing it back. Well, Halifax won quite easily against Swinton on their ground a few weeks ago. Might be a tougher proposition this afternoon. And Halifax will be looking to bounce back from that defeat against Widnes last week. And a big match coming up next week away at Featherstone Rovers. And the defeat from Widnes could have all sorts of repercussions with regards to the teams below Halifax. Losing 2 points while the others are gaining 2 points, and Halifax would look to gain those 2 points back this afternoon. Swinton on attack inside the Halifax half. And when he misses the tackle but forces the carry inside onto the 40. Referee indicates the last tackle. Dan Murray goes for the charge down. Simon Griggs takes it on his own line and gives it to Ben Tibbs. Tibbs carries the ball over the 10-metre line, stopped by 3 Swinton defenders. Harris to Saltonstall and Swinton. Seem to be reminiscent of Widnes last week, throwing bodies into the defensive effort 25 metres out. Matt Garside. Harris away to Robinson. Robinson tries to get the quick ball away and does well to keep hold of it after the Swinton to try to lessen the grasp, and that's a good set defensively for Swinton. Halifax forced to kick from their own 20. And the ball is lost and turned over as Zach McCool picks it up, but the referee, neglecting to play advantage, has decided Zach McCool will come back to join his teammates, and the play will restart on the centre spot. It's a huge let-off for Halifax. Jack Hanson dropping the ball and giving them back the advantage after doing such a good job in defence at Swinton with that set of 6 as Griggs gets away from the first, but then he's tackled just outside the Swinton 40. Robinson to Fairbank, and Fairbank eventually falls after a third man joins the tackle. William Hope it was. And that is a great run by Kavanagh, has Robinson outside him, and another forward pass. We'll say another one because Halifax got pulled up a couple of times for forward passes last week and should have been on for the first try there. All the time in the world. Blowing a golden opportunity. To open the scoring on the 5th minute, but Swinton quick to come away. Brandon Moore doing down Will Hope. He's looking to get up, play the ball quickly, moving it out wide. Being forced towards the touchline, no option of the pass there. And back inside to Ridyard with a drop-off ball. And Hope again running the ball up from dummy half. Is by Waterworth, gets his pass away. Referee eventually shouts held, and Brogan is tackled. Looking out wide here again to number 1 Michael Buck, playing at centre, normally a winger. Jack Hanson's a scrum half, playing at full back. There's been all sorts of positional changes. Ridyard scheming, and there's a 3-2 on that far side. There's a kick through for the try, but the ball going out of play, the right side of the flag as far as Halifax are concerned. Turn around the Halifax defence and get a man in front. Dan Murray gets past the first tackle, thought about the pass to Colcott. Saltonstall running more laterally than forward. Macomb in support, but Garner opting to at Garside opting to go on his own up to the 30-metre line. Fairbank looked for the pass, had Murray on his shoulder, couldn't get the ball out. Robinson to Griggs, and Griggs gets to Worthington, but Worthington had a chase on, but the referee has brought back, in fact the touch judge has brought back the play. It looks as though Halifax are getting the ball. Didn't indicate why with the touch judge. Interjection on the far side. Coming back Lewis Roberts as Halifax get another start on the halfway. Brandon Moore into dummy half. Griggs gives it to Kavanagh. Kavanagh to Worthington. Worthington back inside to Moore, and Halifax will not make the mistake this time. The pass is crisp and early and backwards. Quick movement down the blind side. I think Halifax were expected by Swinton to come to this open side, but using the short side. Halifax captain Brandon Moore goes in off a pass from from Greg Worthington. Halifax moving the ball quickly, making the man advantage. Cameron again involved. And after 8 minutes, Halifax do open the scoring. They should have done it after 5. Starting from the centre spot again, this time making no mistake in punishing their opposition. They're coming away with captain Brandon Moore. First try of the afternoon. Halifax 4, Swinton Lions 0. Connor Robinson will resume kicking duties after the problems Halifax have had in the last few weeks with Liam Harris and Ed Barber having a pretty low percentage rate on the kicks. Connor Robinson makes no mistake from in front of the post. And 6-0 Halifax lead after 10 minutes. Ridyard gets it high and spinning. Harris underneath it inside to Colcott. Swinton defence allowed to get up very quickly. The ball was in the air that long. Garside, that's a good run by Garside, and he's lost the ball. It's a good run, but Cox stole the ball. Michael Butt, Swinton keep it going, but the referee is again called back the play. Quite sure what for, but he's making Swinton play the ball again, which will allow Halifax time hopefully to line up and repel this attack from the Lions. Going to the short side for the line, but the Halifax's defence is there. The numbers on the try line. Another strong run. Halifax need to be strong in defence again on the line, and they are. Last tackle signalled by the referee. Ridyard trying to drill it behind the defence. Halifax will defuse the situation. Almost looked like Ridyard had managed to get to the ball before Garside then. Somehow Halifax come up with it, and Zach McCone gets to the 20-metre line with a strong run with 3 defenders round him. Brandon Moore to Harris, back inside to Saltonstall. Always a willing supporting runner, but only getting to the 30-metre line. Harris looking along the line, gives it to Dan Murray. Big collision initially with Mitchell Cox, but there were plenty of numbers in there again in defence for Swinton. Robinson will drill it along the floor for the 40-20. Pressure on Manson playing at full-back. The chase is good from Halifax. Connor Robinson keeping the ball low, so he's bouncing and bouncing on the ground. All the while his supporting players are chasing the ball and getting to Hanson quickly when he got possession. Roberts looked to be on a way to a try early. Did Roberts have to steal the ball from Worthington, but pulled back by the referee. This time it's Ridyard who goes for the 40-20, and Saltonstall has to go a long way back. Picks it up in his in-goal area. Well, the tit-for-tat exchanges on the 40-20s there between Robinson and Ridyard. Zach McComb made meters last time, trying to make them this time, but struggling with 3 defenders around him. Playing the ball, Worthington will take it up to the defensive line, eventually driven into the ground by the Swinton defence. Fairbank goes for the gap, finds it, gets Murray off again, and he's going to score a second try. He's the Halifax captain. Good burst through the middle by Fairbank. Well, receiving attention, looking a little bit worse for wear is Fairbank, but he goes through the defence with Daniel Murray on his shoulder. And Halifax captain always around and about in support. Brandon Moore, second try, just to the left hand side of the uprights again, giving Robinson what should be a fairly simple kick. And after 14 minutes, it's Halifax 10, Swinton Lions 0. Swinton probably already resigned to relegation, but coach Alan Coleman asking his players for nothing less than 80 minutes of effort throughout the last 3 or 4 games of the season. Unfortunately, that's not occurring in the first 15 minutes. Have been close to Halifax line once. Halifax kept the try line intact. Went to the other end. Posted another 4 points. Great break from Fairbank. Backed up by Daniel Murray, and a bit of a banana kick there from Ridyard from the kick-off. Halifax deal with it quite easily. And the Swinton defender up quickly. That one dipping in front of Harris could have been awkward, but managed to get hold of it. Garside still trying to step out of the tackles as he gets over the 20-metre line. Zach McCool out to Griggs. Griggs out to Robinson. Robinson chances his arm, goes for the gap. Doesn't make it, but Halifax are making important metres towards that Swinton half as the tackle count continues. Kavanagh, Harris, Fairbank's off again, and Fairbank taunting this Swinton defence, was almost through again there. Last tackle. This will be a tester for Doyle and Hansen. Hansen manages to take it, and then allowed a little bit of room to run back at the Halifax defence. Hansen coming up from dummy half with a run. Stopped by Garside and Colcott. They are taking on the defence. To the 40-metre line. That's a stray pass which will give Halifax possession again on the halfway line on the centre spot. Will Hope unable to take the ball from Waterworth. Swinton trying to put a bit of speed into the game, but only coming up with error on this occasion. So Halifax will look initially to Daniel Murray to get them attacking back towards the Swinton post. Robinson to Harris, Harris to Griggs. Griggs has support from McCoom. McCoom gets it to Saltonstall down the touchline. Saltonstall makes it a third try. We'll have to be careful there because he was only inches from the touchline and the defence was coming across, but Saltonstall too much speed. Halifax win the ball through hands again. Knowing that the defence had become condensed towards the middle, there was room on the outside, and once the ball went to Saltonstall, it was away into the corner, and the score quickly moves on to Halifax on 18 minutes. Robinson can kick this, it'll be a points at the rate of 1 a minute. So we'll go to 18 points to 0 in Halifax's favour. Well, for a busted team, Halifax looking pretty good at the moment. And Robinson's kick looking pretty good, but just drifts away to the right hand side of the upright. Stays 16 points to 0. And Halifax wait to receive the ball from Martin Ridge's kick-off. Billy Brickhill is on for Swinton Lions, replacing Lewis Brogan. Spinning, twisting kick that bounces up into the arms of Griggs. He gives it to Colcott. Strong running by Halifax has thrown up some weaknesses in this Swinton defence. Kavanagh almost finding it again then. Brandon Moore inside and the ball across from Worthington, looking use the full width of the field again, but Swinton defence getting across, they're trying to take the ball from Macomb. Hansen unable to do that. Not Hansen, sorry, Michael Butt looking to do that. Harris, Macomb again. Eventually dragged to the floor. Last tackle. We're looking for Harris for the kick. Liam Harris gets his kick away. Hansen stands underneath, sees Murray chasing him down, so opts to pass the ball inside to Geronimo Doyle. Swinton struggling to get out of their own half. Halifax moving in and making the tackle. Long pass inside. Brickhill gets almost up to halfway. Midway through the first half, long pass out wide. Roberts nowhere to go. Pressure on him immediately as he got the ball over the 40-metre line, but the hand in the air signaling the last tackle from the referee. The ball goes back, and that's a towering spinning kick, and Griggs able to take it on his own try line, gives it to Saltonstall, and Saltonstall will bring it all the way back to the 20-metre line. Fantastic kick return from Halifax. Ben Tibbs coming inside, looking for a bit of work, and Zach McComb. 6 more tackles for Halifax. It's wiped down to 0 by the referee. Dan Murray gets into Fairbank quickly. The defence is just as quick this time on Fairbanks. They saw what damage he did to create that first try. Colcott on the Swinton Lions side are being pushed back as Halifax seem to get over the advantage line almost at will every time. Harris, long ball over the top, depends on the bounce, and Saltonstall knocked it on. It wasn't the best pass, it was a speculator, the what do they call it, the Harbour Bridge pass in Australia, but obviously looking at the difference between that was that never got any height and dipped straight towards the ground, so that was a tough one for Saltonstall to take, and in the end knocked it forward. Halifax only 16-0 up, but don't need to chance their arm. It's up to Swinton to try and get back into the game. I'm sure Simon Griggs will not be too impressed with that, although to be fair, Halifax have been using the full width of the field throughout this first half to good effect, falling short on that last occasion. So Swinton back on the attack. Ridyard gets the ball out there, looking to find Lewis Roberts on the outside, but the ball doesn't get that far. Mitch McCock's tackled. Brogan, Ridyard almost lost it then. Hanson chips through. And Harris will be caught in goal. It'll be a drop out under the post. Scrappy end to the set, and Halifax will have to give position back to Swinton. The last thing they want to do is concede some points. Built a healthy 16 points to nil lead. Adam Tangata comes on to replace Will Colcott. Well, Harris has got plenty of meterage on the dropout, and Roberts underneath it. Very tall for a winger is Lewis Roberts, although that's no measure of ability these days with look at the different sizes and styles of players. Brickhill gets the ball away to Ridyard, and Ridyard easily wrapped up by the Halifax defence. So one playmaker taken out with Ridyard away from the game. Brickhill going for the try line, and the post swaying with the impact of the collision. Ridyard might have a chance this time, but McComb somehow just got the ankles of the Swinton standoff to knock him out of his stride. Halifax need to hold on for one more. They look to Hanson on that far side, but it's come up for Worthington, and Worthington has beaten the first two and got the ball back over the 20-metre line. There's also taken a head-high shot from the Swinton defence, so it'll be a penalty to Halifax, will it? It's gone back to where Worthington actually took the ball and got the hit from the Swinton player. So a kick from Robinson out of hand, gets to the 30-metre line. Less than 15 minutes to go in the first half, and Tangata's first run is a punishing one for the Swinton defence, because they're having to work hard to put him down. Jacob Fairbank having the same impact and causing the same problems as Tangata did, making the Swinton defence work. And now Robinson to Harris, Harris to McComb, one-on-one with Michael, but initially edging nearer to that Swinton red zone. Harris to Connor Robinson. Robinson has got Ben Kavanagh in a gap, and Kavanagh will go over for Halifax. Well, Swinton's weakness is being exposed in defence by Halifax. But credit to Halifax, they've kept the ball moving. There's plenty of support. Well, Robinson's been a fairly influential player on his return to the team. Liam Harris hopefully will be able to continue that, to grow that half-back partnership that seems to have been a long time apart now, with Robinson's injury and then having COVID as well. The opportunity of another 2-pointer, Connor Robinson making up for lost time. Another 2 points. 2, Swinton 0. Gone, so the points rate has dropped a little bit, but at 22-0 I think Simon Griggs will be pleased with the response from his players after last week, no matter who it's against. Harris to Tangata, and here comes Tangata, but Swinton have 3 defenders waiting for him, 2 to make the tackle. Waterworth was 1. Zach McCool going forward. Tangata, Kavanagh fancies another go. Fairbank to Harris, quick hands off to Ed Barber. On the field for Halifax, Harris to Griggs with a kick down to the corner, looking for the corner flag, but holding up for Hansen. Just short of the touchline, he does well to get it away to Geronimo Doyle. But once again, Halifax's defensive line forcing Doyle more laterally than forward, so struggling to make many metres. Roberts takes the ball from Waterworth and then is tipped upside down by the Halifax defence, as the referee, so there'll be a penalty to Swinton, which Ridyard wastes no time in putting into touch on the far side. Loyal band of Swinton supporters away in the south stand, nothing for them to cheer about so far, but hats off to them for turning up and supporting the team. We'll play with a number 40 on there. I think it's possibly Paul Nash. I couldn't be 100% sure because he's down at 24. Long pass out wide, goes to the ground, it bounces up kindly for Michael Butt. Halifax trying to hold him up, and McCool just there a bit too late. Last tackle, Ridyard will kick across the field. Well, it's fairly accurate, but Worthington picks the ball out of the air, and Swinton are adjudged to have been offside despite the fact that Halifax won the ball. Opportunity for Robinson to kick Halifax out of their own red zone, gets to the 30-metre line again. Less than 10 minutes to go in the first half, and Carside's moved to the other side of the field. Kavanagh taking up position in the middle of the field, and Ben Tibbs is the man that takes the ball up for Halifax. Gets to halfway. Kavanagh pushed the defence away, was almost successful, but Swinton managing to get numbers in the defensive line again, as they have done with Tangata, to bring him down just inside the Swinton 30. Robinson to Griggs, comes down off a Swinton hand, so Halifax will get 6 more tackles. Maybe another opportunity to add to the 22 points they've already scored. And soaked up everything that Swinton have thrown at them. Can Swinton do the same? Ben Kavanagh, a try scorer already, is kept stood up by the Swinton defence, but the referee has seen something. start thinking he's the medics to look at, does he? Well, it's somebody leaving the blood bin, leaving the field for a blood bin. Some coming out of a cut on the head of Lewis Hatton. So he's quickly replaced. The referee wanting play to continue, I think, but Halifax still have for the medical staff and the water team on the water carriers on the field, and his attention being administered to one Halifax player. Tangata drives it in while Halifax supporters find a new song in the Elvis classic The Wonder of You. That's probably not meant for Brandon Moore, who's put the ball down there thinking about what he could do next, but not thinking about how to keep the ball in his hand. So a let off for Swinton with less than 8 minutes to go, trailing 22 points to 0. Halifax would have loved to have put a few more on their first half total there, but were unable to do so. Waterworth gets the pass away. A good determined run from Lewis Hatton, making meters, Swinton doing everything they can to get away from the danger of their own red zone. Hatton will have another go, and almost the same result again, till Worthington got the legs of the prop forward. There's a 3-on-2 again on that far side, but Halifax able to snuff out the threat from Swinton there. Last tackle, Swinton have done well to get to the Halifax 40. And the ball is high in the air off Paddy Jones again. Ben Tibbs will take it back to the defensive line on the Halifax 30. Saltonstall turns up with a step and a swivel and attracts defenders like a magnet. Ed Barber gets over halfway. Tangata passes to Robinson. Robinson kicks for Garside to chase. There's a little bit of hesitation there for Hansen. Well, looked at the pass, but there was nobody anywhere near being able to take the pass. Then Geronimo Dahl with the nearest. He's got the ball now, but Halifax are there waiting. Barber with a tackle. There's the third tackle. Swinton still in their own red zone. Roberts comes in to try and run it out, but finds Halifax defenders in number blocking his attempt to get away. To Ridiardo, looks for a long distance kick downtown. Tibbs loses it onto his head and then goes backwards. Can he make any of those meters back? Well, he's thrown out a crazy pass from defence, and somehow Saltonstall got hold of it. Not the pass, he wanted to be giving away the ball at 22-0. Great ball from Barber round the corner to Harris. Harris inside to Griggs. Griggs gets it back to Harris. Harris splits the defence, looks for support. He's found Griggs there, but Griggs has lost it forward. He tried to get his foot off it so he didn't commit the knock on. But again, it expansive support play, trying to keep the ball alive. And just failing there for Simon Griggs perhaps to run towards the line. Might not have got there, but it'd have been a sensational try if it had done. And Geronimo Doyle, face etched with determination as he drives the ball forward, gets over halfway. 3.5 minutes left, and Swinton looking for something before half time to give them hope in this game. Nash caught high by the Halifax defence. Choiring voice again with another rendition of another song, while Swinton, among that maelstrom of noise, tried to post the first points. Short side move, and Halifax out quickly to Jones to put him down before he has the option of the pass. Matt Garside looks to have taken a knock there. Referee blowing up immediately, and the medical attention immediate for Garside. Gives Swinton a chance to line up, set their attacking line. And the same for Halifax. Time to set up their defensive line. Restart with Jones playing the ball to Nash. Ridyard gets the pass away. Halifax defending desperately against the charge from Mitch Cox, normally a centre playing in the second row. Ridyard steps, still goes, and then Ed Barber, well, I don't think he'll go the distance, but I think Saltonstone, he's got it over the top. Liam Harris has 4 chasers after him, and it's a chase for the corner. Harris gets to the corner. Well, it was a brave effort in defence. There were 4 defenders after. Liam Harris, Reece Hamler on loan from Bradford was the fastest of those 4, and just got to Liam Harris and he touched the ball down. Fantastic effort for a team that's losing 22-0 to have somebody who'll chase it down, and credit to the other 3 defenders as well. Still trying to put in the effort defensively. Halifax is passing, and Liam Harris' speed just too much for the Swinton Lions defence. Saltonstone was chased down by the defence, but Halifax managed to keep the ball alive. And Liam Harris managed to get there. Perhaps that's why he got there, because there were 4 defenders after him, but he had enough speed to get to the corner. Connor Robinson nails to the right hand side of the upright with the kick again. Halifax lead is stretched to 26 points to 0 with 5 seconds left on the clock. Probably not even time for one more tackle as Ridyard kicks the ball into the arms of the referee, and the despondent Swinton side, who Jack Hansen is trying in vain to get together and lift a little bit as they lift the field for half time. Halifax are buoyant. They've replied back with 26 points without conceding any after as a reply to that match at Widnes last week. Well, it doesn't matter who the opposition is, you've still got to play well against them. They scored 26 points, and Halifax have done that with a plumbing, the way they play champion rugby, tried to keep the ball alive. And for a team with so many injuries, the credit up to the performance. Two tries from captain Brandon Moore, Saltonstall, Kavanagh and Harris. Just 3 conversions for Connor Robinson, but a healthy lead at half time at the Shea for Halifax against the Swinton Lions. It's Halifax 26, Swinton Lions 0. Well, Halifax are back to winning ways for the first 40 minutes of this game. I'm sure Simon Griggs will be looking for more of the same in the second half. I'm hoping Halifax can replicate the first half performance. Alan Coleman must be still giving his half-time advice out. So Halifax out and ready to go. Swinton will wait in their arrival for the second half. Quickest team out for the second half. Perhaps looking forward to it, but I'm sure Halifax will be, and their supporters in good spirits at half time after seeing their team into a 22-0 lead. The referee's whistle to restart this game, and off and away with Liam Harris's kick, which Hansen is underneath. Inside, strong run, strong defence equally from Halifax. Number 16 Jones, Patrick Jones. Big lad, gets a lot of work in, makes some yards, makes defences work. Geronimo Doyle trying to do the same, but not quite the size to have the same effect. Waterworth moves into acting half, uses the short blind side as Swinton get up to halfway. Quick play the ball, Ridyard. Big fella again, Paul Nash. Certainly some 2 or 3 big forwards in this side. Roberts is chasing Tibbs, but Tibbs takes the ball comfortably. Beats 3 defenders 18 metres out from the Halifax line. Saltonstall checking up some of the work of the forwards. Ed Barber takes it up to the 30-metre line, and just beyond, Tangata looking for metres. Defence rushes out, but Tangata still manages to get over the 40-metre line. Kavanagh to Garside. The 2 second rowers combining, while Hansen claiming a knock on. The ball goes back to Robinson for the kick on the last tackle. Doyle comes forward for it, and Kavanagh puts him in quite easily. Ball played and picked up Mike Butt going from dummy half on the Swinton 30 metre line, makes to over 13 metres. Ridyard moves into acting now to Hansen. Roberts moves inside, steps two, gets the pass away to Hansen. Support on his left hand side from Nash. Well, he wouldn't have gone the distance, he would have made him a few more metres. Brickhill to the Halifax 20. Ridyard, Hansen. Pass away to Rodri Lloyd. Lloyd tackled. Former Wigan player Rodri Lloyd, who started his Swinton career on loan from the Warriors. Swinton posing a threat in the first 5 minutes. Ridyard gets the ball to Nash, and Nash looking for a way through, not finding it. That's taking up another tackle. Waterworth will go from dummy half, tries to get the long pass away, but Swinton will get another 6 as the ball came off the hand of Ed Barber. They have a 26-0 lead, but they won't to let Swinton over the line if they can help it. Halifax defending another charge from Jones. I suppose Nash will be somewhere. Well, he isn't. I thought he would have been, but they've got over of Swinton quite easily with Rodri Lloyd. And that coming off the fingertips of Ed Barber, who knocked the ball on to give 6 more tackles to the Swinton Lions. Swinton's first point, 45.5 minutes into the match, courtesy of second rower Rodri Lloyd. They're running some determination with the first set of 6 for Swinton and made it a fair way up the field until the danger zone for Halifax. And Martin Ridyard with the conversion. Well, Halifax should be mindful of the fact that they only lost to Bradford by 4 points last week in a high-scoring game at 30-26. Well, Halifax need to be wary. They're still 26-6 in the lead. But Nash, look at the speed he's going at, but he's well taken down by Tangata and Brandon Moore. Brickhill charging the ball up to Halifax defence, a little bit more determined running here from the Swinton Lions. Who's a big fella again, Patrick Jones, making the defence work. Hansen, Brickhill, involved a lot since his introduction to the game in the first half. Billy Brickhill. Ridyard trying to roll back the years with a stepping and spinning, but caught eventually 40 metres out. It'll be the last tackle. It'll go back to Hansen for the kick, and he's got some poundage behind that. It's come down to Ben Tibbs, and Tibbs looks for a gap in the Swinton defence, doesn't find it, but gets up, plays it quickly. Saltonstall quick to take advantage and make the metres back towards halfway. Griggs to McComb, good step from McComb. Always seems to pose a danger. He's not the biggest man on the field, but the ball comes again and it's come down in Swinton now. Well, Roberts is a winger, he's got some pace, he's trying to confuse the defence. Well, he's managed to get up again from the tackle. Halifax haven't completed it. Well, he threatened the pass, went down on the ground, got back up again. Lloyd, Swinton tries to gets it to Hansen, Ridyard out to Geronimo Doyle. Doyle comes back inside, straightens up towards the Halifax line. Hansen to Nash, gets it to Lloyd, fancies a second. But Halifax managed to pull him down just inches short of the line. Waterworth throws out a straight pass. Ridyard goes back. Halifax are offside a metre away from their own line. So Swinton will restart from 0. Well, we're going for the goal, of course, at 26-6 down. But responding so far to Coleman's half-time team talk. And how close is Jones? Well, it looks like he's over the line, but he's being kept out by the Halifax defence. Hansen kicks behind. Ben Tibbs will try and get back in the field of play. Well, he's not going to be successful. There's a scrummage in the in-goal area. Been all Swinton in the opening minutes of the second half, and it'll be all Swinton for the next 6 tackles. Brandon Moore, the captain, putting his body on the line there to stop Nash. Brickhill gets it to Jones. Waterworth calling the shots from dummy half. Ridyard goes left, gets the ball from Waterworth, gets the pass away. A few shouts are forward, I think, there, but referee allows play to continue. Ridyard to Brickhill into the arms of Fairbank, and another Swinton penalty. So another 6 tackles, 3 sets back to back. Jones drives it in. Halifax once again stop him, inches short of the line, maybe just a little bit further than out than he got last time. Another Swinton penalty blown for by the referee. Simon Griggs, Scott Griggs trying to get his point across to the referee about something. Waterworth with a quick tap and go. Halifax defenders around him, pushing back into the field of play. Well, here comes Jones, the big fella again. He's stopped inches from the line. Ridyard having to reach forward to get that one. With this being Swinton being pushed away from the Halifax line. Now they're back within inches of the Halifax line. Hansen, will it be a kick behind the defence this time? No, it's a show and go, but legs taken from under him. Last chance, Ridyard kicks. Barber picks it up. Well, unfortunately for Ed Barber, there were plenty of Swinton defenders around it, but the situation's diffused after 3 sets of 6 back-to-back. Halifax come away with the ball and the try line still intact. As Jacob Fairbank comes off the field to be replaced by Daniel Murray. Shouts for offside from every man and his dog in this stadium from Halifax, but referee not listening. Robinson just puts the ball over the top. That could be an awkward bounce, and Doyle takes it down the touchline, but Tangata goes in and tries to take him over the touchline, but Doyle still going, and eventually is brought down by Brandon Moore. effort from Doyle. Looks worn out from it, needs some attention. Well, Liam Harris off the field.
Number 10, Lewis Hatton, replaced number 16, Paddy Jones.
See who's put on in place. It looks like it's Curtis Davis that's got on. No, it's not Curtis Davis. There's a kick which Griggs is going to have to retrieve from inside his in-goal area and then sets off on the counter-attack. Brings the ball back over 10 metres away from the try line. Ben Tibbs steps the first defence and then makes meters with two men hold of him, so he's done well there as Ben Tibbs. What about that for a high tackle? Worthington plays the ball. Well, surely they must have been offside there. So say the Halifax fans that are sat in line. Daniel Murray trying to hit and spin out of the tackle. Brandon Moore, Garside left with it on the last tackle, gets it to Connor Robinson. Robinson gets his kick away, but there'll be no pressure on the catcher, who's Martin Ridyard, who'll drop back in defence. And dropped to the ground by the Halifax defence. Swinton back to the 20-metre line. Doyle gets his pass away. Swinton have made another change. They've sent a replacement on with no number this time. I'll have to possibly tap that as Lewis Brogan unless his number pops up. Number 39, Reese Hamlet. Number there but no name on. Well, Adam Tangata's hurt himself in the challenge there. Referee was looking for perhaps giving a penalty, I think, there, but decided not to. But now I'll have to stop the game while Tangata receives attention. I'm guessing by the nature of the challenge it's probably a shoulder problem. Got him back in an upright position, not to his feet yet, but positive signs for Tangata, as it's tended to by the medical staff. Seems to be alright, just a stinger perhaps, as they call it. Halifax will resume with Brandon Moore leaving the field.
Panthers substitution. Number 20, Curtis Davis, was by Bar Wigan Lane, Steve Barker. Replaces number 9, Brandon Walls, was by Simon.
Well, maybe the injuries are starting to pinch a little bit as the game goes on. Halifax down to the bare bones, one of the smallest squads in the championship. Last tackle. Davis gets it away to Robinson, who puts it in between Doyle, who had dropped a full back, and Lewis Roberts, the winger. Curtis Davis will make the tackle, the initial contact round the legs. Cameron Murray will assist him in finishing off the tackle. Lewis Brogan tackle on the 40. Roberts trying to source from centre there. There was a scream of pain there. I think it was Roberts, and he's limping a little bit. Good play by Davies, spotting the pass coming out straight onto Waterworth and bringing him down. Hansen gets it to Ridyard, and there's Doyle to Michael Butt. He's put down. Ridyard again. Gives it to Brickhill. Brickhill goes into 3 Halifax defenders. Swinton claiming that the both legs were lifted off the ground, but referee sticks his hand in the air for the last tackle. Ridyard sticks boot to ball to get it forward. Ben Tibbs has let it bounce, and Reece Hamlet's got it, and that is a blow for Halifax. Well, I'm not sure what Ben Tibbs was thinking about there, but he just let the ball bounce.
Ryan Swinton, number 13, Will Hope.
Unforgivable. He shouldn't let a rugby league ball bounce. He would have made a play at it. At least he'd have tried, but no effort made there, and the ball bounced in the air, and Will Hope able to get hold of it and take it over for a second Swinton Lions try and a Ridyard kick, which is surely going to be successful from under the post, well, in front of the post. Well, there's still 18 minutes left, and Halifax have yet to mount any sort of sustainable attack against this Swinton Lions defence in the second half. Well, Swinton supporters are enjoying what they're seeing in the second half so far. Ben Tibbs won't want to see that again. Robinson's kick dropping into the in-goal area, taken by Ridyard. Gives it to Brogan, but Halifax chasing up quickly. And that's a big effort on the first tackle in defence from Halifax. Nash. He's pumping the legs but not going anywhere at the moment. Halifax put him down. Waterworth. Drop dummy half to Ridyard, looking out wide with Mark Butt deciding to straighten up and go to the defence as Halifax trying to take him back inside the Swinton red zone. Waterworth to Doyle. Doyle, well, he's got the pace but not the space on that far side, the New Zealander. Ridyard, long pass to Hansen. Hansen, long pass. They're using the full width of the field again with Hamnet caught just inside halfway line, and Hansen gets his kick away again, and Halifax won't wait for it to bounce this time as Salton Sol charges it up, and well, just needed some support there. He might have got a lot further, Matt Halifax, but put down. Ben Tibbs. Caught on the Halifax 40. Ed Barber looks for the gap, strains it up for Halifax, gets over halfway. Can't get the arm free for the offload. Davies goes to the short side. Woodburn all takes the ball into a solid tackle from Waterworth. Walcott to Dan Murray. Last tackle, Halifax 30 metres away from the Swinton line. Can they conjure something up? Robinson, Garside to Griggs, Griggs out to Worthington, and Worthington away to Tibbs. Tibbs gets it inside. Well, he's made up for his error as Ben Tibbs. comes to it that Swinton have a condensed defence, and when they can get the ball out wide, then it's another stroll in, and this time it was Matt Garside. Fourth try of the season for Matt Garside. And the ball travelling through 3 or 4 pairs of hands to make its way to Garside. And Robinson posts another 2 with a boot. It's 18 minutes to go. It's Halifax 32. Swinton 12. 20-point cushion. And, I bet these last 20 minutes have been the purple patch for the Swinton Lions. Halifax will be looking now to calm things down after that try and add some more points on and make this result look as emphatic as it was at half time when they were 22-0 up. And another error gives Swinton possession. Frustrating for Halifax, so they're playing well. When they're playing well, but yet some silly little mistakes, turning the ball over to the opposition. Hanson gets the pass away. Rodri Lloyd on his way, looking for a second try, but not enough space for him. Waterworth to Brickhill, out to Ridyard, and Ridyard shifts the pass along, but Halifax still repelling this Swinton Lions attack for now. Last tackle. Rodri Lloyd looks to be struggling a bit, but they're coming this way anyway. But Rodri Lloyd is going for a second, and the fact that he's struggling a bit meant we've not got the same strength and emphasis in attack. Put the ball down. And I think there might be somebody on to give him some attention. There's just something wrong with him the last couple of minutes, and using him in that move was probably a good thing for Halifax, because he wasn't going to be effective as he's been previously with his runs. Halifax will get the ball back on the turnover close to their own line. Probably too close to their own line if they make another error and try and make the mistake again. Once again racing to a 22-0 lead at half time, but have struggled to get back into the same authoritative position in the second half, as Swinton have fought their way back into this game a little bit in the first 20 minutes. Davis driving it forward, and in a headlock there from Hamnet, and McCool going to that far side. We'll be going to pass there. Widnes were condensed, with the Swinton were condensed again in defence. Colcott looked as though he was trying to turn around to get the ball away to supporting Curtis Davis then. Halifax's completion rate continues to go down with another error, which has given Swinton possession. Obviously number 40 wasn't Paul Nash, because Paul Nash is a man that's just come on with a 24 on his back. Hansen, Lloyd puts the ball down on the floor. Hamnet manages to pick it back up for Swinton. Brickhill driving forward, 5 metres away, last tackle. Halifax seem to be on the pressure on their own line quite a lot in this half of the game, and where's that going? It's going forward. I think this is the referee. It'll be a turnover with Halifax possession. They're going to come up with a penalty again. Halifax to bring it away again, and they keep hold of it for 6 tackles. Just under 15 minutes left, and we've added 10 points to the score since half time. Davis then dummy half again. Cheers of the Halifax supporters. Maybe a chance for Halifax to come back with something. For their efforts this time, as Colcott takes the ball standing still. Woodburn Hall, well, not sure it was meant for him, but he went for it anyway. Daniel Murray, ticks down under 13 minutes. Woodburn Hall goes on his own. The defensive line for Swinton on the left hand side looking light. They go that way, they do this time. Colcott to Griggs. Griggs goes for the try. Can he get the ball down? Not so, says the referee. Went over the line, Swinton held him up. Halifax perhaps would have been better off with a big forward there. It's Simon Griggs. Fairly slight figure, and the Swinton defence managed to hold him up. Plenty of noise coming out of the south stand, but nothing to cheer about just at the moment. Maybe they will have so. Griggs away to Worthington, who's always surrounded by defenders because he's such a handful. Davis will go this time on his own, and again Davis not the biggest of players, so the defence able to hold him up. Plenty of blue and white shirts on that far side, and not a lot of yellow and red ones. Woodburn Hall, and this is where it could go for Halifax. They'll get 6 more tackles now anyway, as Swinton have knocked the ball down, so the pressure will still be on that Swinton line, and Halifax will begin. 10 metres out in search of some more points. driving towards the line. Rickhill coming from behind and helping his cause there, taking him nearer. And Robinson tackled eventually. Well, Halifax insisted on a penalty and a straight pass picked up by Tibbs. Tibbs will manage to stay in the field of play. Halifax putting pressure on themselves at the moment, the way they're playing. Swinton keeping Halifax at bay. Woodburn all. Long ball out wide to Saltonstall, and as Saltonstall got the step on the defence, well, they managed to keep the ball alive of Halifax. Zach McComb will have a go. Halifax still looking for points. This time the referee wipes the tackle count down to 0. Kavanagh steps, beats the first man. Rodri Lloyd, who still looks a little bit groggy. Robinson, caught by Hamnet, tries to take the shirt over the top of his head. Davies, Griggs, out to Worthington. Worthington well watched by the Swintons defence. There's more and more players joining in defence. Surely this must give Halifax a bit more space somewhere. Good kick from Robinson, and Tangata so close to touching the ball down then, but Swinton forcing it out of play, so it'll be a drop out from under the post. Who's got number 40 on? I think maybe it's Brogan. He's got number 15 on, so it can't be him. Tangata charges it back, no ill effect from that injury earlier on, although he's been off the field for a few minutes receiving attention. Daniel Murray takes it over the 20-metre line, edging towards that line yet again. Woodburn all over the top, way too far in front of Saltonstall for him to do any about that. Couldn't even get his foot to that one. I think the speed he was travelling, if he had got his foot to it, he'd have disappeared into the south stand. Well, 32-12 scoreline. Doesn't make this result as convincing as it looked at 22-0 at half time. Ridyard. Doyle knocks it forward, much to the joy of the Halifax supporters in the south stand. But I don't think Swinton will be too bothered. Dan Murray coming off. Looks like he's suffering a little bit with the right leg or the right ankle. And Halifax quick to make the replacements. Enough injuries being carried by the players this afternoon without any more before next week's game at Featherstone. Featherstone, Whitehaven and battling to finish the season for Halifax. So it's still a tough ask. Whitehaven hitting some sort of form in the last 6 or 7 weeks. Featherstone are always going to be tough on their own ground, losing only one game this season, and that to lose. And then Batley, well, it's always tough against Batley. Batley are in a pretty good position as well. Tangata has put Halifax in a good position. He's taking them back to the 10-metre line. Davies to Woodburn Hall. Robinson, long ball out wide to Worthington. And Ben Tibbs, well, tiptoed down the touchline. He was so close to it. I don't know how he managed to keep his feet in, but more than made amends now for that mistake earlier. Second try of the season for Ben Sims. Well, 7 tries for Halifax this afternoon. 5 minutes still to play, just over. Still were rattled by Swinton in the first 20 minutes of this second half, as they mounted a little bit of a mini comeback. It looked like he was over keeping things. Another attempt off the touchline for Robinson. They're going to give him well. It's come off the outside of the upright. The referee calling time off. So the teams are lined up ready to kick off. And really hard it will be to restart the game for Swinton again. Really hard getting high on the kick again, allowing his forwards to get up there, but they have to deal with Adam Tangata when they do get there. I'm not sure who number 40 is, because Brogan's out there with a number 15 on his back. Long ball out wide, Halifax looking out wide again. Worthington steps inside Robertson, Hamnet, and then drives the ball forward up towards the 40-metre line. Colcott takes it to within 5 metres of halfway. Davies to Fairbanks. Woodburn Hall gets the pass away. Ed Barber has the strength and the power inside from Woodburn Hall. Brick shows the ball. Outrageous dummy. Brickhill falls for it. Brick goes behind the line. And the celebrations are well and truly started for Halifax now. 3.5 minutes to go. They've reached 40 points again. Of Halifax. Well, when it's been bad, it's been scrappy for Halifax this afternoon with the errors they've made. But when it's been good, it's looked really good. Tiring Swinton defence. Halifax backing up, throwing the ball about. There's some really positive signs and some fluent rugby from the men in blue and white. Halifax a morale boosting win before next week. And Robinson makes it 42. With his 5th conversion of the afternoon. 42-12 with 2.5 minutes to go. Salt will return the kick 15 metres out from the Halifax try line. Tangata almost made a target with a pass there as he had to reach up for it. Robinson. Here they come out wide again, Halifax and Worthington shrugging off Roberts. Roberts having a second go with Hansen there. Davis trying to find a gap from dummy half. Robinson, Colcott. Robinson puts the ball in the air. Geronimo Doyle stands and waits for it. Roberts thought about the pass, but Ed Barber has sped into the defensive line there to cut that option out. I'm sure Simon Griggs will be a happier coach. I'm not sure if a happier coach, considering the mistakes Halifax have made, but a happier coach than left with us last week. Work to do this week though, despite the win. Big challenge coming up next week. Last tackle, Hansen gets it away to Ridyard. The line pass out. Swinton just trying to keep the ball alive. Last 10 seconds. Halifax with another 2 points. Swinton with another penalty. No time to take it, is that? Referee will make Ridyard kick the ball into touch, but Halifax 22 points in the first half, 20 in the second half, enough for them to post a victory against the Swinton side, who showed some determination in the second half by cutting the lead to 22 points to 12 and looking for a last hurrah. Geronimo Doyle chips through. Halifax will just pull the ball out of play. Halifax convincing winners once again at the Shake. The referee has heard the hooter, people leaving the ground. He's given another penalty, so there's still a chance for Swinton. Halifax supporters are cheering. Lloyd and Hope, the try scorers for Swinton in the second half, with 2 conversions. Tibbs and Griggs with a hat-trick of second half tries for Halifax. 2 conversions for Robinson. 42 points to 12 from what's supposed to be a busted team. Well, that could change, as off goes Zach McComb. He has people trying to chase him down. It's Hamnet again. He's not going to catch him, and Zach McComb is going to go 80 metres after the hooter's gone on the back of a Swinton penalty. Opposition, so just make the tackle and the game's over. But Halifax took on Swinton as they tried to run the ball away. Zach McComb finished up with it and ran, I think, probably 90 metres to the other end of the field to take the score to 46 points to 12. Just 4th try of the season. Well, the Idaho runs back in to put the ball down. Converts another one to Halifax on 4. Swinton Lions Swinton for 20 minutes in the second. Other than that, for Halifax, the errors, Swinton side with some champagne rugby.